What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Blitz Games here for episode 46, and we're going to do some post-commentary for my Q&A series. Someone recommended this, so I'm going to try it out. I mean, it doesn't really hurt, I guess, so I'm just going to record a couple games, I guess, after this and upload them behind it. But we're going to start off with the continuation of the Q&A series, episode 46, Q&A number 4, I think. And when you think of thought-provoking questions, you probably think of racism. Actually, I don't, but maybe that's just me. Anyways, someone asked, how do you feel about race and discrimination towards different races? Keep up the Q&A. I personally, I like racism is kind of disgusting for me, but I live in a white town and I'm a white guy in a white town. So I mean, like, it's not something I deal with at all ever in my life. But it's not to say that Thunder Bay isn't the most racist city in Canada, basically. And it does have the highest proportion of hate crimes towards other races. So I live in a city where there's a problem, and the problem is not, the problem is Native people. No, I'm not that racist, no. The problem is the government, honestly. Like, they don't seem to really care about what happens to the Native people in a region. So they all come here, and what do they find here? Do you think they can get a job? No, fucker, unemployment rate's like 20%. So it's like, okay, they'll become... I don't want to say what they actually become, or what we say here. So they get addicted to drugs and alcohol and shit like that, and they're completely useless. So I think the racism here is solely because of that. I don't think there's much. I mean, there probably is some racism towards like Asians and people who aren't white here, but I don't actually see it. But the natives, yeah, there's a problem here, and I don't know what the solution to the problem here is. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, it's a pretty big problem. Anyways, moving on. When did you start playing Minecraft? I started playing Minecraft September 27th, 2012, just in time for the 1.4 update, actually. I like how I had the exact date, but that's only because I looked at my email the other day to find it out. If you could remove and add a map, which would they be? I would remove Kalem V2. Oh my god, please get rid of Kalem V2 now and add some sort of map rotation. And bring back Enthorn or Mithril. I like both those maps about equally, please. What do you think about Australians complaining about ping? It kind of gets annoying after a while, and I get it, it's not fair, but I really don't need to know that every time you die. I know you're Australian already, I know that ping is a problem for you. You don't have to say, oh my god, my 300 ping is like making it so unfair. Please stop. If you were to quit Hypixel, who would be the new owner of Shattered Chaos? And that kind of happened, you know? Like, to be honest, it kind of happened. I resigned and I gave the guild to GameBuster. Sometime last week. I should probably do an episode on that if you really care. Oh god, my voice went. What? Okay. Basically, why I quit is I know I took the guild just because I thought Snowscaler was gonna come back. I mean, I thought Snowscaler was gonna come back to Hypixel, but he didn't. And when he sold his account, I was like, fuck this. I don't want to be Guild Master of Chaos, so I moved on. What does YQT and 1001 stand for, or are they just random letters? The 1001 is completely random. I'll give you that. I'm probably gonna remove the 1001 over time. I have the account YQT alone, so I will remove the 1001 one day. And all my YouTube banners since I started getting them have just been YQT instead of the 1001 in preparation for that. But the YQT isn't really that important either. But it's ICAO code for my local airport, basically. Like, you know how there's like LAX for Los Angeles, basically? Well, YQT is ICAO code for Thunder Bay International Airport, and that's basically why. I'm sorry, I'm such a nerd, I know. You know how Christians say God can do everything? Could God just create a boulder that is unpushable and then say, yes, God can do anything, but for him to create that, it must be unpushable. And if it is unpushable, he can't push it, so there's something that God can't do. I'm sorry, I don't actually give a single fuck about philosophy here. I do enjoy like scientific paradoxes, but that was until I had to start memorizing them for university level mathematics exams. Yeah, fuck that hard, because exams are fucking awful, to be honest. Dear Lord. What do you think about Technoblade being too good? Well, what happens when you die? I mean, like, just imagine it. You're not here. I mean, you can't even think anymore. You're just gone. You know, I like to think about it like this. It's scary, but I think it's a really good motivator. Wow, motivator. Yeah, that's one way to put it. Like, I think it's really good for motivation. Like, you know it's gonna be over, so why not just do it now? What is your opinion on people who clean up fights? You have never watched my videos before, have you? Should Toxic be called Kim Jong-un but oh my god, Kim Jong-un or Hitler. I just like to point out that Americans were the people who first started using gas chambers to kill people. So, I think we should call it Obama, actually. No. Also, there isn't much real proof for Kim Jong-un using gas chambers to execute prisoners. It's more for medical experiments, which doesn't make it any better. I'm just saying it's not for prisoners like Hitler was. So, it's a little bit different there. Why are you such a good master? Because I resigned. How are you such a nice person? Because I followed your example, Chimpy. How do you become the best at PvP? You tell me. I just followed your example as well there. Why do you jitter click? Honestly, it's just a habit I developed. I didn't even try to learn. I didn't want to learn, but it happened, and I didn't even know I had a high click speed until someone said like, wow, your click speed is fast. I'm like, really? I thought this was normal. And that's why I started jitter clicking, but why do I continue to jitter click? Well, it's because you can block it and jitter click at the same time and get really fucking broken combos, and with Knight 10 that's like easy peasy killing everyone. If you had 1.4321 million coins, there we go, what would you do with it? That's exactly the coins for level 10 because I'm such a fucking nerd. I would first get me Master 10, and for the remaining 400,000 coins it'd be probably Rogue 7 and then saving for Necro 9. But I don't know about Necro 9 yet, but I think Rogue 7 is going to be what I'm getting after me Master 10. If you could make a kit, what kit would you make? And I've honestly never really thought about this until I saw this question, because I don't usually want more kits in Blitz. I mean, it's fine to make more kits, but I like to see more balance before more kits, but that's beside the point. But I like to see like a weapon equivalent of armor. So like a no armor weapon kit. And no, I feel like it could be really hard to balance, but a plain stone sword would be a bad way to start. That's what Speleologist was before. Or a diamond sword with Unbreaking 1 by chance? I don't know, that seems broken. It sounds broken. Maybe like a diamond axe with sharpness 1. Haha, axe tamer, let's bring that back. And it's hard to say, like, you can't really balance it for on chest gear. It's like really hard to do. But I think it would become somewhat reasonable to have at level 10 a diamond sword with Unbreaking 1. Now, I'm having a hard time justifying it to myself now, but okay, maybe it's a bad idea. But it's a plain iron sword then. Do you think Hypixel has affected your social life or schoolwork at all? I wish I could be like I wish I could say no, it hasn't, but it has. It truly has, and I'm gonna be completely honest that my life. But I'm gonna be completely honest that it's not Hypixel's fault. It's just it's just how I played video games. Because it happened to me all through my life. Like it's always been like this. So it's not like it's just Hypixel. It's video games and online communities and stuff like that has affected my social life and schoolwork a lot. And I'm not going to go into much details about how embarrassing it is, but I'm going to say that my last semester of senior year, I did skip class to play Blitz and stuff like that. But this was back when Blitz was playable, not so much. I wouldn't do that now. How should Hypixel nerf Horse Tamer 10? There's a couple of things I could think of but doing 2 of them would probably be enough. So an Iron Axe level 10, because why should it get an Iron Sword? I mean, I don't know why. Remove the Gapple. Again, that I think is the most fair. Like, I think everyone should agree that just remove the Gapple and then it'd be fine. And then removing protection from the Diamond Boots and reverting 9 to Iron. I think that would also be fine. And in exchange, I'd probably stop donkeys from spawning. And maybe have a minimum speed on the horses. But I don't know if that is necessary. I think just removing the Gapple and the protection would be fine at level 10. If you could buff or nerf any kit in the game, what kit would it be and why? Well, like I said, just Creeper and Horse. Like, Creeper, honestly, you can remove the Diamond Chester from Creeper 10 and it'd still probably be overpowered as fuck. Like, Creeper, remove the leggings and add Unbreaking on the sword again like it was before. That would make it somewhat fair, but that still doesn't make it very fair. Honestly, I think removing the Diamond Chestplate, it won't make people happy, but then again, I don't care about people who got Creeper 10s. Their feelings, they can go fucking die, so that's all I really care about. Horse I mentioned above, or behind, or I don't, back in time, before, there we go, that's the word. As far as buff goes, I'm gonna be somewhat biased and say that Knight should get an armor potential kit, because every kit has an armor potential piece. I meant, not armor potential kit, I meant, like I like 3 or 4 in the boots, and that'd basically be all it needs. Look at all the kits that no one has. Let me look at the kit list. Highest level for each kit. Just look at this list and see what kit someone plays, and that's the kits you need to buff. Meat Master, I think, is borderline maybe buff. There's more Fisherman, and I just mentioned Fisherman as an example. Baker, Hunter, Scout, Troll, Rogue, Blaze, Toxicologist, Necromancer, and Pigman. There you go. Those are the kits I need to buff. And how I would do that individually, probably just add some more armor potential. Because all those kits don't really have armor potential. They're all just armor or no armor kits. So I think adding like a little bit of armor potential wouldn't be bad. But then do you want to see more diamond helmets and diamond boots? I guess not. So, but at level 10, it's not a big deal. What was your first level 8 kit? My first level 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 kit was Astronaut. I'm going to be completely honest. I got Astronaut solely because the res pots were so OP back then. Back when they had resistance too. I didn't get Astronaut 9 though. I got Astronaut 9 like 2 weeks after the res 2 nerf, which makes me sad, but what can you do? Never will get Astronaut 10 though. Astronaut 10 is kind of worthless, not to be rude. But it's not that great. I mean, it's okay. It's not bad, but it's not like that great. It might be hard to believe, but I'm still answering the questions from my first Q&A episode. So, if you have any thoughtful comments or thoughtful questions you'd like to ask me that would take a little bit of time to answer, please feel free to answer. Please feel free to ask them. Just understand that it might be like early or mid-July by the time I actually get to them, not to be rude or anything. And if you'd like to subscribe for 3 Blitz videos every week, please feel free. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. Atomic.
Yeah.
I spent $400,000 on this amazing view.
Yep.
It's pretty accurate. I love it though. But, hey.
Holy reach! No, sir.
Oh, nice. Oh fuck! There's a guy.
Oh yeah, you got jumped. I can't really help you out with this.
That's fine because I blocked him.
It's fine. Everything's cool.